Today, the Russians said that they are preparing a campaign into Ukraine from Belarus towards the capital of Ukraine, Kiev. Belarus is here at the 12 o'clock position, where you see those two Russian oval flags, and that's basically just north of Kiev of Ukraine. Ukraine is in yellow, and Belarus is in pinkish, and Russia is in red. Crimea is in orange. Okay, so, and Poland is in blue. So Belarus is right above north of Kiev, and Russia is Belarus, as the prophecy said. I just posted prophecies today. As the prophecy said, from 1916 and also 1950, from two abbot elders of the Christian Orthodox faith, and they said it back then, over 100 years ago, that Belarus in this war would be siding with Russia. And that's exactly what Russia is doing. It's enveloping Ukraine from the north now. What's Ukraine going to do? Now, the Ukrainian attack was intercepted, they said, and the Russians say they are preparing another for Kiev from Belarus. The Russian artillery acted again, huge forces gathered there at the Belarus-Ukraine border. And the Russian army, one airborne brigade, 2 battalions of newly enlightened Russian Republic of Lugansk and several independent company-level units succeeded and thwarted, at least temporarily, the largest Ukrainian offensive since the war began at the city of Kherson, the capital of the new enlightened Russian Republic of the same name, the annexed area. Now, as Pro News of Greece said, they reported this morning that 25,000 Ukrainians, including half of the force trained in Britain, a total of 10,000 men, launched an attack on Kherson, but the Russian forces seemed to be holding their position, while the Russian artillery really harvested the attackers. And while for the first time in a long time the Russian Air Force made its presence felt on the battlefield, close support was provided with at least 12 Su-25s. Kirill Stremtsov, head of local administration of Kherson, announced that all offensive points of the Ukrainian army and foreign mercenaries in the direction of Kherson, where they attempted to break through our defenses, have been destroyed, he said. There was also widespread use of Iranian drones against Ukrainian forces. So we see that just like the West is helping Ukraine, now we have Iran helping Russia. Okay, with these Iranian drones. Let's remember that years ago, a U.S. drone was down by Iran, and I guess they used that as a back engineering to do their drones. So the widespread use of these Iranian drones against the Ukraine forces, in general, it seems that the Ukrainian offensive has been drowned, and it's still too early to define conclusions. And the Ukrainians still outnumber the Russian forces 8-1 in personnel, as only the Donbass region has received serious reinforcements in personnel from Russia. Kherson, apparently considered by the Russians due to the dense Russian-speaking population, is a secured front, and a purely defensive stance is taken by Russia. It's a fact that the open field is a privileged field of action for the Russian artillery, while all attempts by the Ukrainians since August to have a front split in the area have been thwarted. And it's clear that the Russians are taking a risk here, as Ukrainians have realized that they're avoiding taking aggressive initiatives, perhaps because at the same time the Russians are gathering large forces again in Belarus to repeat the attack on the capital of Ukraine, which is Kiev. Now, I don't know if anybody knows, please let me know, where exactly is Vladimir Zelensky located? I don't believe he's in Ukraine. I believe he's somewhere outside. He's Zooming people all over the world through. He talks through Zoom. We don't know where he is, but I don't believe he's in Kiev or anywhere in Ukraine. Now, more than 20,000 personnel have been assembled, and about 70,000 have been mobilized by Belarus. But as shown by last spring's operations, they're not enough to successfully break the Ukrainian defenses, which are now better prepared than last February. And it's estimated that the time of the campaign attack will come when the number of 80,000 personnel from the Russians is reached. The only thing certain is that Moscow is reopening the third front of the north from which it had withdrawn at the end of March. Civilian access to the areas where the allied Russian and Belarusian troops are concentrated has already been banned. And this I've translated for you from a Greek article. And let's remember also that Russia is supplying fuel, more fuel than it has ever given to the Russian forces in Ukraine, which means that he's probably getting ready to travel there, to have his forces travel there across Ukraine by vans, trucks, whatever, to get to Kiev. I have no idea, but who knows what they're doing. Anyway, this is moment to moment, things are changing. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. And again, this is a fulfilled prophecy that Belarus is helping Russia. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.